she advised him not to eat sweets and sugar politely. Now that lady asked him, "Why, sir? You could have told it already, and when we came for the first time, then why you delaying it? Why you delayed it for 2 weeks?" At the time, Gandhiji politely replied, I think I also used to take a lot of sweets and sugars at that time. So if I have to advise some other, I have to follow it politely, follow it sincerely. Then only I have the rights to advise others. Likewise, the moral of the story is if you want to be a good leader, we have to set ourselves as example for others to follow, whatever be it in our professional or personal. If you want to be a good leader or good person, we have to set ourselves as example. We need to follow our whatever they ask for, and then only we should be in a position to advise, and they will follow us. So without much ado, I introduce the Toastmaster of the day, or master of the ceremonies of the day. Today, Madam Toastmaster Aishwarya, who is a fashion designer by profession and currently VP PR of the for this Chennai Toastmasters Club for this term. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, presiding officer. When life gives you lemons, it saves you on a grocery bill. When life gives you lemons, do the lemon dance. When life gives you lemon, re-gift them to someone who has a vitamin C deficiency. Now, what is your version of lemons? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I'd like to ask the same question to you once again. What is your definition when life gives you lemons? Can anyone unmute and share your opinions and views?
Make lemon pickle.
Make a lemon juice.
Okay. Okay. In fact, I had lemon juice after my lunch. Thanks for that. Any other answers?
It's a great source of vitamin C.
Okay. Any other?
I would add it to my face pack.
Wow, thank you for the beauty tip, Abhirami. So with these views, we all know that lemon is a bitter fruit when you bite them. But if you mix it in water and add a sweetener or something, it becomes as a juice, like a sweet experience. So whatever problems we have in life, we have to undergo that in a positive way, keeping in mind that every cloud has its silver lining. For the benefit of the guests, I'd like to take you through on how every Toastmaster meeting works. First, we'll be having the prepared speech session. Secondly, we'll be having the table topic session, followed by which we'll have the evaluation session conducted by the general evaluator. Before we jump into the prepared speech session, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Tyagarajan, who's a general evaluator for today's meeting. Toastmaster Tyagarajan, over to you.
Sir, you're mute, sir.
And I consider it a great privilege to play the role of general evaluator in today's meeting. Evaluation is a golden ladder for a speaker. Science evaluation. No speaker can phenomenally improve his speech craft. So, evaluation is an essential process in a Toastmasters meeting. And evaluation, it is not an isolated one in a Toastmasters. We come across that phenomenon in everyday life. You go to the doctor and you comply, you submit your complaint. But what will you do? You will evaluate your health, ask your age, he will measure your BP, etc. That is a kind of evaluation, and then only he will prescribe a medicine. And you see, then evaluation means evaluator has to closely watch the speech. And speechcraft involves multiple techniques. One technique I will illustrate very briefly is extreme economy of words. See, one day I happened to visit Kanimara Library. There, accidentally, I stumbled upon a slender volume, an old work, very slender volume. And what was it all about? It was about a commentary on Bhagavata Purana. Yes. No, I am a student of Bhagavad Gita. So naturally, I shuffled over the pages. But yes, who was the author of it? A commentary on Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, I will describe it as a handbook of Krishna. So who was the author? Author was a Muslim, a Mohammedan. His name was Rasa Khan. And later I understood that he was, why they named him as Rasa Khan? Because he was very much fond of Rasa Leela, which will feature in Bhagavatam. That is a dance sequence featuring Krishna and his maids. Okay, now what I say is he was so engrossed with Rasa Leela. So he says, this Rasa Khan, he says, oh Krishna, just you please accept my heart, because your heart has already been stolen by gopis. Gopi means maids. I repeat, oh Krishna, yeah, Rasa Khan says, he says, oh Krishna, accept my heart, because your heart has already been stolen by the gopis. Yes. So that's it. Very striking comment, especially by a Muslim author. I was very much pleased. And it so happened, after a month or so, a monk from Ramakrishna Matam, he delivered discourse featuring this comment by the same author. Yes. But how did he say? Oh, Krishna, accept my heart, he says, because your heart has already been stolen by gopis. Oh, Krishna would have run away, I should say, definitely, because it was so harsh and even touchless. But how should have uttered? He should have employed vocal variety. Vocal variety is the emotional coloring of the words. Very, very essential for especially for narrating a story. Yes, definitely. Most of the Toastmasters narrate stories in a monotone. Yes. They don't realize the value of vocal variety. So the same monk, how would you say? You should have, there should be a spirit of devotion and submission behind this, behind this quote. So what should you say? How? Krishna, please accept my heart, because your heart has already been stolen by the gopis. That's it. So vocal variety is a very essential technique for a public speaker. Yes, now I am over to my role. I will be assisted by a team of evaluators and also by a team of TAG. Yes, and this TAG as a special feature today. It is an all-woman team. Yes. So let me invite one by one to describe their role, or to first to Toastmaster Rekha. As far as Rekha is, it is my considered view. She is an elegant speaker, very simple speaker, and also a raconteur. Raconteur means narrator of anecdotes, very brilliantly. So I invite Toastmaster Rekha, who will be playing the role of accountant. Please come and enlighten us on the description of our role today. Rekha, please, Rekha.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Tyagarajan. My role as a accounter is to note down over usage of words or filler sounds, which is used as crutches by anyone who speaks during the meeting. So the words may be inappropriate interjections such as, and, well, but, so, you know, and, which doesn't provide any meaning to the sentence they speak. So, and when called upon by the General Evaluator, I'll be back to provide my report. And now back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Tyagarajan.
Okay. Next, please, let me call upon Toastmaster Rajalakshmi. Yes, who will be playing the role of timer. Yes, Miss Toastmaster Rajalakshmi, gentle lady, you please go ahead by giving a brief description of your role.
So timer is having audio issues. Can we go to the next role player?
Oh, yes. Then Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf, I invite her. Oh, oh, respected madam, you please come and go ahead. Yes, without any hesitation, to give a brief description of your role. Grammarian, watchdog of the meeting.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, I have taken up the role of a grammarian. So as grammarian, I will commend a good language from you all. It is my responsibility to note down all the good usages of the language. And not only that, I will also bring to your attention improper grammar usages so that you can improve yourselves in your upcoming speeches and projects. It is also my responsibility to provide to you all the word of the day. So the word of the day for today's meeting is prodigious. The meaning is extremely impressive or extremely great. Let me give you one example sentence using this word of the day. So the example sentence is, the staff consumed a prodigious amount of fuel. I encourage you all to use the word of the day in your speeches. So this is an opportunity for you all to improve your vocabulary. And with this, I take a leave now. I will be back again when I'm called by the General Evaluator with a detailed report. Over to you, Toastmaster Tyagarajan. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Tyagarajan.
Yes, I will be guided by another 4 evaluators, very illustrious Toastmasters, rather prodigious ones. You will see yourself. Yes. Okay. Now I revert to TM Odi.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Now, as I asked you the previous question, I'd like to put you all in a situation. What if the lemon was given to you without any warning? It was forcefully attacked to you without any warning. What would you do in that particular situation? Any answers?
Depends on the force with which the lemon is coming. If it hurts, I'll throw back.
It is equal to like you're throwing a frozen lemon. A very good answer. Anyone else? Anyone else can unmute yourself and share the answers?
It is like the question is somebody throwing lemons at you? What will you do? Is it?
Yes. Like what if it has come to you without any warning?
I can't think of any other reaction other than Jimmy.
All right. Okay. So I'll just move on. So now I would like to call upon our idiom master, Toastmaster Jimmy. Over to you, Toastmaster Jimmy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today I have 2 idioms to share with you. The first one is don't wrestle with a pig, wrestling with a pig. Wrestling with a pig is an idiom used where while wrestling, it is inevitable that both of you get dirty. What if the pig enjoys it, even without winning the wrestling? So just for the fact that you are out there for a fight, if your opponent is enjoying the situation, so the idiom actually fits in there. So never wrestle with a pig. Get all your ducks in a row. The second idiom I want to share with you is this. So which means get well prepared or well organized for a foreseen or even an unforeseen challenge. So get all your ducks in a row. Thank you. These are 2 idioms I got to share today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jimmy. Now I'd like to call upon our idiom master, who is a new member of this club, Toastmaster Vratika. Please share us your quote for the day.
The world is your oyster, and it is up to you to find the pearls. A very good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I recently watched a movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. The lead character, Chris Gardner, is played by, guess who? The one and only Will Smith. This movie is filled with beautiful and inspiring quotes, one of which is, the world is your oyster, and it is up to you to find the pearls. The message is very clear. There are prodigious amount of opportunities available for you out there. It is up to you to gather the courage to open the door and step out of your comfort zone. When life gives you lemons, either you can be sad about it because you didn't receive chocolates, or you can add some chilled water, a teaspoon of sugar, some chaat masala, sit under the sun and enjoy the lemonade that you just made. It is the second category of people who eventually find the pearls. So my friends, let us all become lemonade making machines and grab those pearls out there. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I sincerely request you to watch this movie if you haven't. After watching it, you'll feel more grateful for what you have and even more inspired and determined to achieve what you want. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vratika. It was indeed a great quote. Now we shall move to the prepared speech session. Before that, I'd like to share an interesting fact as I was researching on this topic. The lemons were were first imported to Rome by the Eastern Asia around in the 2nd century. And these lemons or the sour fruits, they were considered very rare. And those the people who are eating it is considered as a sign of high class. And another interesting fact is that in the year 2016, an Italian brand, a fashion brand called Dolce & Gabbana, they have done a collection which is inspired from lemons. And the tagline for that collection was, "When life gives you lemon, wear it." These two facts sounded very interesting for me. And with these interesting facts, we shall move on to the prepared speech session. Now, I shall call upon a first speaker who is a charter member of this club, DTM Nina John, and she is here to deliver her icebreaker speech. I request DTM Abraham Zakaria to share us the project objectives.
Am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Somebody has to say.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
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 Yes, sir, you're audible.
Audible.
Hello, somebody has to
See, we got.
Aishwarya, I think he has issues in his hearing this thing.
PM body, can I read it out?
Yes, sir, you can share the project objectives.
Aishwarya, please drop him a message.
Okay. Thank you. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of publicity. Time 4 to 6 minutes. Time 4 to 6 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Abraham, sir. DTM Nina John. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, DTM Nina John.
Okay.
Ma'am, unmute yourself.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Ma'am, sorry for the interruption. Your voice is not audible.
Now? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're now audible.
You are now audible.
All right. 15 years ago, when I went in for my first icebreaker at CTM, I still remember the last words of my icebreaker. They were, "Come with me, my friends, the best is yet to be." Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I never knew how prophetic those words would be, because it was only after I joined Toastmasters that my life took on a completely different trajectory into a completely different. Becoming a Toastmaster was something that changed my life in many ways. Before that, I was a lecturer, a trainer, and many, many other things. I was born in the city of Pune. My parents were both government servants. My father, a meteorologist, my mother, a gynecologist, both scientists, with a daughter who had no aptitude for science. Political science and then my MBA, and got into marketing and advertising. I worked at an advertising agency till Mr. Perfect Husband came along and whisked me away to the city of Madras. 2 young babies later, I was like, I love my baby, I love my mom, but what's the use of my MBA? Is it only for ordering the economic quantity of salt and getting the next lot? I said, no, I have to do other things. I took up a part-time job as a management faculty. And from there, I realized there's a world bigger than academics. I moved into training, organizing, attending seminars, organizing workshops, empaneled trainer for a whole lot of blue chip companies, traveling around Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, and behavioral skills along the way. When Toastmasters, it was a perfect opportunity for me to share my skills and for a synergy of training skills and the then nascent Toastmasters movement. In the Toastmasters hierarchy, we were all new to Toastmasters. We didn't know what we were doing, but we enjoyed it so much. We went everywhere and anywhere, spreading the word about Toastmasters. As Abraham Zachariah and I always say, our DTMs through blood, sweat, tears. There were so many troubles and tribulations along the way, but the rewards at the end of it, I think that today, from that one club of masters, we are now District 20, is an immense moment. We have to think about along the way, what did we gain? And I learned to become a leader of Toastmasters. I learned self-management. I learned about the big bad world outside only Toastmasters. We did not hanker after titles, but we created areas, divisions, districts, and we got the titles. And I think that's a very, very becoming, mentoring others, becoming part of this wonderful helps others generally prove their is such a rewarding feeling. Even today, call me up and say, ma'am, I got my DTM, thank you. Or they will call up or leave a message on Facebook. 10 years ago, the mentoring at CTM, much today. And that's what Toastmasters is. On a personal front, my 2 young girls had babies, and now I'm a grandmother. In ways, becoming a Toastmaster, a trainer, facilitator, and now executive coach are all part of the journey. And there are many facets I feel have been enhanced, not only by Toastmasters, but brought a synergy to Toastmasters that helped me a better mother, leader, better citizen. And I think it's really up to all us to think. Yesterday is history, so let's forget about it. Tomorrow is a mystery. We don't know what will come. Today is the gift that us. Make the most of it, because today is all we have. And so I can say that while I am as much a proud grandmother, let me also show you my newest baby. This is a collection of
written by me and will be out on Kindle soon. And I repeat my statement to the rest of the world. Come with me, my friends. The best is yet to be. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, DTM Nina John. Now, I shall call upon a second speaker who's another DTM, and he is DTM Ram. And before calling him up, I'd like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Nanda, to share the speech objectives.
DTM Ram Nellore is doing his level 1 project 3 from presentation mastery path. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Timer, please note that the time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, DTM Ram Nellore. Over to you, Timur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nanda. DTM Ram. Important but ignored. Important but ignored, DTM Ram.
Thank you, TM Modi. Am I audible? Thank you. How many of you heard the words, study well, otherwise you will have difficulty in life? Have you heard this in your life? Yes, most of us. But parents, schools, colleges make us prepare for our job, but they fail in one important aspect. What do we do after we get the job? That important aspect is about financial education. My topic is about financial education. I wish someone had told me this when I started my career. When I saw many young people in this audience, I thought of sharing my experience or why I felt it is important to learn financial education with this crowd so that someone like me will not miss out. Before I proceed further, when we start talking about finance, people will think that I'm going to sell something to you. So you are safe. I am not going to sell any financial products to you. So you can peacefully listen to this speech. We work 10 to 12 hours a day to get our salary, but many of us miss to spend any time to educate ourselves on how to invest this money. You probably know the most important lesson in the financial education, that is about compounding your investments. You would have known about this power of compounding, but have you ever tried to calculate and see that based on your needs and based on your goals? Let me quickly share my screen and show the calculation if you have not seen it before. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, assume that you start with 0 and you can save 10,000 per month, which is 1,20,000 per year. And you work for 35 years. And if you keep all this money under a pillow, which means you will be investing around 42 lakhs. But if you can compound this at 10% rate per year, you will be making in your career 3.5 crores. But if you miss first 10 years, which most of the people in India does, if you miss that first 10 years of your career, you will not even get half of it. So the first 10 years of your career is very, very important to start as early as possible in your career. Many people I see, they start their career and they will spend first 5 years of the career to get many things and they miss out on the investments. And let me tell you two biggest mistakes people do when they start investing. Time and again, I hear from many people that they invested in fixed deposits. If you keep fixed deposit for a short time, that is fine. But many people keep fixed deposit for a very long period of time. But you will get only 2% of return in fixed deposit if you calculate the inflation if you take the inflation into account, which is actually not good for your investing. And another biggest blunder I see people doing in the name of investing is buying insurance product which gives you return in your lifetime. They give less than your fixed deposit return. If you want to protect your family, get some insurance policy which will not give return to you in your lifetime, but give it to your family. Invest the amount in better returning products. Do you know more than 7,000 crores worth of insurance policies money was lapsed by insurance companies for people buying wrong products and realizing later and stopping the insurance policy after realizing the mistake? It is a lot of money Indian investors are losing because of not knowing what they get into. Do not follow others when it comes to investments. Just like you have unique impressions on your thumb, everybody has different needs for investment. It depends on various factors like your age, salary, risk-taking ability, current situation, family situation, your dreams in life. It will not be same for everyone. So it is not right. There is no right or wrong decision. It all depends on you. And many people will just go and buy a house in the name of investment, but they don't realize for many cases, buying a house is a lifestyle decision, not an investment decision. And I saw an interview from a fund manager. Let me give two extreme examples. I saw an interview from a fund manager who sold his house and moved to a rental house, saying, I got 2 crores by selling this house. I can invest this money far better than what I get in this house. His calculation is right for him. I saw another friend from Bangalore who purchased a house without taking any house loan. And he said when he wanted to buy a house, he went and invested in mutual fund, and he grown his money for 10 to 15 years and then purchased the house without taking any loan. But if you calculate, his situation is right for him. So don't follow others just because one person is doing something. Don't follow them. Calculate how much interest you are paying, how much tax you will save, how much return you will get in some other alternate investment, and how much actually you are going to grow your investment in that house. All these factors should be calculated before you put in even 1 rupee in any investment. Don't get tempted by the rising prices of any investment, or don't get tempted or pulled you by some financial advisor. So there is no alternate for self-education. Remember, you work 10 to 12 hours a week for someone. Why don't you work 4 to 5 hours for a week for yourself? So please don't follow someone's advice without doing the calculation for your own. Especially be aware of the financial advisors who sell some products to you, because they will be more interested in getting their commission than giving better advice to you. Try to find someone who can advise you and take fee instead of selling you products. So your financial discipline can make you or break you. So please take care of your financial education. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DTM Ram. Now, I would like to call upon a third speaker for the day, and he is Toastmaster Srikanth. And before calling him up, I'd like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Guruvairappan, to share the speech objectives.
Thank you, TM Modi Aishwarya. So my target speaker, Srikanth Kuttikrishnan, is attempting his project to evaluation and feedback, which consists of 2 speeches and 1 feedback. He has already completed his first speech. The purpose of second speech is to apply the feedback which he received from the first speech in his second speech. So all the best, my target speaker, Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. And timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Guruvairappan. Toastmaster Srikanth. Fear. Fear Toastmaster Srikanth.
There is no doubt about it. We are living in the most uncertain time in our lifetime. Are we spreading fear? Are we spreading panic? The spread of disease and illness is there in everybody's mind. What are we doing in this situation? Are we staying calm in the storm, or we are going hyperventilated because of the situation? Toastmaster of the day, Toastmasters, guests, and all those who are listening to me. Let me share with you a couple of things that we need to follow during these times of uncertainty. It is really important. I want you to listen to me very carefully, and those of you who have a paper and a pencil, please note it down. The first and foremost thing is, during these times, you need to take self-care. You are the most important person on this planet Earth. If you can find yourself to be important, you are well equipped to take care of your loved ones. Try to get that clutter of negativity out of your head. Try to bring back some positivity in your mind, because what you think about is going to radiate, and it is going to be very, very infectious to the people around you. If you have hope and aspiration that these times is not going to pull you down, that is going to manifest in the aura or the energy that is coming out of you to your loved ones. The first important thing, self-care. And also the second most important thing is, you need to tell the people how much you love them and how much you care about them. We forget the blessings that we have in our life, and we only count what is lacking. There are so many people that this universe has come and brought into your life. Muster the courage to the people whom you have not spoken for a long time. Pick up that phone, text a message to them, write an email. If not, go meet them in person if time permits you. The people that come into your life is with a purpose. We take them for granted. We think, what are they going to give us? But in the hindsight, if you look, they have brought more value to you than you have expected. People are important. We are social animals, and we need to reciprocate and be grateful for each and every person that is there in your life. And the third most important thing is that you have to cut out the news and information that is bombarding you always. You turn up the radio, or you switch on your TV, or you read the newspaper. The only thing that the news media has to sell for us is fear and panic. Does good deeds done by people sell? Does the beauty of the world that we are blessed with, the abundance that the Creator has given us, do they sell in this universe? No. What always is being sold to you and me is fear and panic. If there is anything important for you to know, it would always come to you, not necessarily from the electronic media or the print media. So cut out the news which is not relevant to you. And especially during these times, I'm sorry to say, most of us, and at times even me, the first thing that we try to find out is, how many positive COVID cases in Chennai? How many in India? How many around the world? And how many people have lost their life to this virus? Please tell me, what good does it do to you? Don't ever get carried away, because those information is only going to create more anxiety in you. Information today has become a TPR, where the viewership counts to the media moguls, and the fear that you have is the money that they make. Don't get carried away. Stop that news. It is not necessary. There are so many positive things that we have to know from the news media. So bring that out of your mind of reading the newspaper for all the wrong things. Today, The electronic media and news media is nothing but a journal of evil things happening. Who killed who murdered whom, and what is happening, and all kind of things that we don't really need. Your mind is being cluttered when you're trying to declutter your mind. And the fourth and the most important thing is, especially during this pandemic time, trying to develop some new skills. You are there inside your house taking care of you. I remember one person who was telling me that my mother used to tell me to go out and play. What point is there you sleeping? And this guy has told his mother today, just because I'm sleeping in the bed, I am saving the universe. I'm saving other people from getting infected. So try to go and learn a new skill that the time has given you. Upgrade your skills, get new knowledge. There are so many opportunities that this pandemic is giving us. Only when we see the opportunity in this crisis can we make a big killing, monetary as well as intellectually. Upgrade yourself, upgrade your knowledge. You have all the time in the world. You work from home. You can use this time to the betterment of you. And the fifth and the last is the most important thing that I want you to remember when you get back home is you can never control all the things that is happening outside of you. Let me be very blunt with you. We are in this universe for a given time only. You and I, everybody here, have to leave this universe. We are going to fade away into nothingness. We are not going to be here eternally. Once you have that idea in your mind, every day, every hour, every minute that you live that as your last minute or your last second with vibrant energy. Never being bothered about what's going to be happening tomorrow. Because once you start living today, this present moment, believe me, my friends, your life is going to become magical. Your life is going to turn 360 days. You're going to find beauty even in darkness. You're going to spread light even at the time where there is no light around you. You are going to be the epitome of lighthouse. Have this in mind. All that I've shared with you. Peace and love may be yours now and forevermore. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Srikanth. Now, I'd like to call upon our final speaker for the day, and he is Toastmaster Venu. I'd like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Satya, to share the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. One and all, very good evening. Today, the speaker is attempting level 1, project 3 from effective coaching pathways. And the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research method and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Timer to note, it is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck to the speaker. Back to the Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Venu, EAC, Toastmaster Venu.
Yeah, let me first check. Am I audible? Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you. In 2008, an 89 years old woman named Mary Smith Jones died. It was a natural death, but the entire world mourned for her death. Even particularly UNESCO considered her death as a huge loss to the world. She was not a great leader. She was not a great scientist. She was not at all even an eminent personality. She was a very ordinary woman from Alaska province, from USA. Why? Her death has created such a significant observing. Because when Mary Smith Jones died, along with her, a language called egg also died. Yes, Mary Smith Jones was the last person on earth to speak the egg language. Now, egg is no more a living language, just a word. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guest. Good evening. As per Ethnologue, that online platform, there are 7,111 languages out there in the world. The Linguistic Society of America recently observed that 70% of the world population speak one of only 20 languages only. It would be a great news for the speakers of the 20 languages. But what about the other 7,000 languages? The University of Hawaii conducted research on the endangered languages. They created a catalog of endangered languages. They listed 3,406 languages as endangered languages. That's a 50% of the world languages. They also revealed a shocking truth. Every 3 months, a language dies or becomes extinct. That means 4.3 languages in a year. Why? Why it happened? There are a lot of socio-economic and other geographical, demographical factors or reasons out there. But let me give some of the 4 main reasons. The first, the number of speakers. The more the number of speakers, the more chance for the survival of the language. There are a lot of languages in the world has very less number of speakers. For example, there's a language called Bushu. This language has only 8 speakers. Let me introduce them to you. This is not only the case of Bushu language. Now these 8 people are determined to preserve their languages. So you can learn this Bushu language at free of cost if you are interested. So this is one of the main reasons, the number of people who speak that language. The second, intergenerational transmission. If a language is not being learned by the next generation in a traditional way, the language is doomed to become extinct. It's happening to many of our languages in India. As per UNESCO report, 250 languages are considered as endangered in India, the maximum number in the world. Why? I'm damn sure many of the teenagers nowadays, they are not proficient in their mother tongue. Many of them don't know to write or read their mother tongue. And even they can't speak in a proper manner in their mother tongue, whether it's a Tanglish or English or Manglish. But the best sad thing is, they are not feeling shame for that. The worst thing is, the parents are proud of that. My son actually studied in a convent, so he doesn't know that Tamil. That's the main reason for these kinds of extinction of the language. And the third is very important. I am holier than thou attitude. Many dominant groups are trying to impose their languages in others. They are trying to destroy the other's pride and identity. Particularly in North America, many of the languages of the native speakers were destroyed by the so-called lingua franca, English language. The same thing happening in India by English as well as Hindi. Because some people are thinking that their language, they want to improve their language at the cost of other languages. So these are the main reasons. So what's the solution for that? I don't want to bring all the technical solutions. Let me give you a practical solution. Being a multilingual or being able to communicate in many languages is an added advantage. So we have to learn many languages as much as we want, as much as we can, so that we can get a competitive edge in the cutthroat competitive world. At the same time, the purpose of learning other language should be our own development, not just to develop a particular language, because it's just a language. But as far as your mother tongue is concerned, it's your pride, it's your identity. So you have the moral obligation to be proficient in your mother tongue and to pass on to the next generation with its original form along with the cultural and social factors. So if you are not going to speak your mother tongue, who is going to speak your mother tongue? So let me conclude with a fact. The Mary Smith Jones, the final and the last speaker of the Aik language, had 9 children, but none of them learned the Aik language, their mother tongue. At least one of them had learned the language or shown a little bit interest on their mother tongue. Aik would have been a living language. Literally, the 9 children killed their mother tongue. So the life of your mother tongue is your hand. What happened to Aik may happen to your mother tongue also, today or tomorrow. So life of your mother tongue is in OT.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Venu. And with this, we come to the end of our prepared speech session. Now, moving on to the next session, which is the table topic session. And for this, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Abhilash to proceed the session. Toastmaster Abhilash, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Is my audio all right? Thank you. So, when I came, give me 1 minute, I'll just share my screen. Yeah, so when I came across this particular saying that Toastmaster Aishwarya has chosen for the theme, if life gives you lemons. So I believe if life gives you lemons, make lemonade, find someone whose life has given them a vodka and throw a party. So now, welcome to the party. It is time for table topics. So, to tell you all briefly about table topics, so you will be invited here to speak for 1 to 2, give me 1 minute. Yeah, you will be invited to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So, sorry, I'm having some connectivity issues. Yeah, you'll be invited to speak for a couple of 1 to 2 minutes. The 1 minute, the timer will be showing you the green card. At 2 minutes, the timer will be showing you the yellow card. And at 1.5 minutes, the timer will be showing you your yellow card. And at 2 minutes, the timer will be showing you the red card. So with this, let's get started. So first, can I call upon Toastmaster Satish Babu and Toastmaster Kritika Raju? Are you guys here?
Yes, Abhilash.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Kritika. Toastmaster Satish. Hello, sorry. Am I audible now? Aishwarya, can you just confirm, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, thank you. So Toastmaster Kritika and Toastmaster Satish. So the first one to talk will be Toastmaster Kritika. Toastmaster Kritika, you will be telling us a story with the line that I am going to give you, and Toastmaster Satish will on that. Okay, so this is the line I give you. Lemons, I find them too small. So the line I give you is, life has given you watermelons. You may start.
Life has given you watermelons because lemons are too small. Okay, and I believe that watermelons are much more tastier and healthier because lime gives me cold. I'm sure a lot of you have that issues too. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl called Mithila who went up to her mother asking her for a lemon. And her mother told, I don't have a lemon, but I have a watermelon. And she gave her the watermelon and she was very thrilled because it looked like a huge melon for her. And she cut it open and it cut like a cake, and it was her birthday present. And since then, every time Mithila's birthday used to come, her parents always bought her the watermelon because she loved it and she rejoiced eating it with her entire family. This Mithila is a fictional character, definitely yes, but this story is of my brother, and my brother still, every time he comes to our house, I still tease him, asking him if he still cuts a watermelon or a cake for his birthday. So that's how we have gone ahead with the story. Thank you.
Toastmaster Satish, are you here?
Toastmaster Abhilash, I believe Toastmaster Satish is not here.
Okay, thank you. So next, let us move on to the next topic. Guest Aditya from Toastmaster Aditya from World Bank Group. Okay, I think he's also not here. Okay, let's move on. So can we have guest Akhilesh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Akhilesh. So hi. So
Hi, sir.
So this is the topic that I'm going to give you. A person is coming to you from the future, 2050. So he asks you what year it is. You say it is 2020, and he says back, "Oh, acha, 2020, the first year of quarantine." What is going to be your reaction to this statement?
Reaction of the state?
No, what is going to be your reaction to the statement? He states 2020, it is the first year of quarantine. So how do you react to his statement?
Initially, I get shocked. After hearing that it is going to be the first year of quarantine. Hello?
Yes, you're audible. Akhilesh, please continue.
No, I get shocked when he say like this. When he say,
All right, great. So you're going to get shocked, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Akhilesh. Next, can we have guest Dharini? All right. Okay. So can I have Toastmaster Jimmy?
Yes, Abhilash.
Yes. Hi, Toastmaster Jimmy.
Hi.
Toastmaster Jimmy. So this is the topic that I am going to give you. So you are being presented with an award. This award is the Best Husband Award, which is given to you by the International Wives Association. I need you to give a 2-minute acceptance speech for this award.
Very nice. A Best Husband Award by International Wives Association. Good enough to go everything in vain. Thank you, Abhilash, for the topic. A very good evening to the Women's Association. And it gives me a lot of pride and a lot of satisfaction that you've been conferred with me the Best Husband of the Year award. To be very honest, I have not been following this award earlier. I never knew who were the best husbands in the previous years. So it is not a copy of anybody. I actually have lived my life, and you have given me this award. It makes me very happy. And I'm sure my wife would have given great feedbacks, which comes as a very surprising thing for me. So I would like to know later on what are the feedbacks that you got to confer me a Good Husband award. And all the husbands out there, I request, please come and talk to me. I can give you some tips on how to manage and how to be a good husband. Thank you so much. It actually motivates me to stay good. Thank you so much. Over to you, TT Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jimmy. Now, can we have Toastmaster Varadarajan? Yes, sir. Hi, sir. So, sir, the topic that I'm going to give you is this. If there is going to be a movie that is going to be based on your life, what genre would you think it will be? Comedy, drama, action, or romance?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Okay. The genre of the genre of my life, the story of the genre of my life would be drama. I would relate to a couple of incidents that happened in my life. One big incident that happened in my life is when I was about to get married, and I had to go and see my future wife. And I was in Mumbai, and she was in Mumbai, and had to go to her house to see her and maybe say yes or no, whatever. So we all started from the home, and I was traveling with my brother, a younger brother, a year and a half younger to me, but he looks much older and in the sense much mature and well built compared to me. So we entered the house one by one, and when he entered first, they all thought that he is the boy that the girl is looking for, or the parents of the girl are looking for. And suddenly, in a minute or so, I entered, and there was confusion. Now, in this confusion, there was a little drama that happened. And this incident actually happens in many places in our society, where we land up in the wrong place at the wrong time at the wrong moment. But sometimes what happens is we get to see the wrong person at the right time sometimes. But this time it was a little different story, and the girl was supposed to be connected to me, but suddenly my brother got in the limelight, and there was a confusion. And in this confusion, the drama that happened was that they were thinking and they were discussing who is this boy, which the girl has to see and decide. And then the introduction happened. Then they started saying who is this boy and who is the person that you should be looking at, things like that. So maybe if I were in my in that girl's position, I would be really confused and I would be traumatic, And fortunately, my family members corrected, and they informed the people on the other side that this is the boy that you're looking at. So my life from there on is still being a drama, and I continue to be living in the drama world. So drama is exciting, interesting, and fun. So take life as a drama. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varadarajan. Can we have Toastmaster Rachna? All right, I think Toastmaster Rachna is unavailable. Can we have Toastmaster Karthik? All right. So we'll have Toastmaster Ranju. Ranju, Toastmaster Ranju.
Yeah, tell me, Abhilash.
Yes. Hi. So Toastmaster Ranju, this is the topic that I'm going to give you. So you phone up a customer care center for some issues relating to your mobile. Okay. So the call starts with this pre-recorded message. Your call is very important to us. Please stay online, and the representative will be with you shortly. And the representative arrives after half an hour on the call. So what is going to be your reaction to this?
Very interesting topic which Abhilash has given to me. So I would like to narrate one incident which has happened similar to the lines which Abhilash had told. So there was one time when so I had the Audible account in Amazon. So I had actually cancelled that account, and for next 2 months also I was getting charged for this particular account. So one third month I thought I'll give a call to understand what is happening. So I was just trying the account to get the customer care, but I couldn't reach the customer care. I was online for at least like they told. First I called a person and they'll be like, yes sir, we'll be just transferring you to our help technical desk. Then I'll be holding for another 10 minutes. Then finally somebody will come and they will tell a third person. So finally nothing got solved even after 2-3 calls. And I got a little frustrated with the whole service. And I was not expecting Amazon, whose tagline is the earth's most customer-centric company, to be like this. So the next time I called the next customer care again, I told this problem, and I told frankly about the issue, and I told this is not what I expect. So I was telling if the amount is not repaid on time, then I will have to go via some legal proceedings. So what they have done is that they have paid me back for the exact 12 months. I had just asked for 2 months. They paid me back for 12 months by that afternoon, which was totally unexpected, and they won me back as a customer. So that was my reaction to an incident. So I believe that all customer care senders should try to please their customers so that they will be with them. And as a customer, if you are not feeling satisfied with the service, please raise your voice, and you will get the correct response. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranju. So I'm opening the floor. Is anyone here willing to take up a TT topic? Failing which, I'll again start calling.
Abhilash Kalpat here.
Yes. Oh, hi, Kalpat sir.
Can you hear me? First of all.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Kalpat sir. Give me 1 minute. So.
Can you hear me, Abhilash?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah.
You're audible. Sir, so let's. I think there is some echo. Yeah, now it is perfect. So, Kalpat sir, being a very being a fairly good Toastmaster for a number of years, I want you to talk about TMOD. But here there is a small twist. TMOD, the abbreviation of TMOD is going to be the master of disaster. I want you to talk about TMOD, but the abbreviation of TMOD is the master of disaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Kalpat.
Okay, great. So the topic what I got is the master of disaster. Great. So here I don't want to talk about the TMOD, what we are having the Toastmaster of the day. The master of disaster. The current disaster is happening, the current situation is, you all know that the pandemic situation. So created this, I don't know whether the master of disaster is any other country or the man or the God who to blame. But the disaster of the current situation, I have to say, is as an individual, we have to be very careful, we have to be very safe, we have to be very responsible in terms of not spreading this virus to anyone. The master of the individual, it be the person who is handling either whatever they have in their life, they have to be responsible for each and everything what they do. Even though without saying it, we have a social responsibility to maintain. So either it be a social distancing or wearing a mask or avoid going to the crowd or not attending any functions. So instead of blaming others, we have to be self-conscious and as well as we have to be responsible to avoid it and talk more about this pandemic. But the message what I just want to give, we are the one will be responsible to take it everything. So either be a disaster or it be a good thing. We are the master.
Sorry for interruption.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalwat. So moving on to the next topic, we have a volunteer from a person called Guest. So I'm sorry, since the abbreviation is coming as just Guest. Could you unmute yourself and can I know your name?
Hi.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible. Ma'am, can I know your name?
Yes. Actually, someone asked me to rename it, so I renamed it as a guest. So I'm Renuka Toastmasters. So I was a member of CTM like 5 years back, and now I'm just coming back to Toastmasters and attending Toastmasters meeting.
Thank you, Renuka. So, Renuka, can you tell me the name of a celebrity whom you don't like?
Name of the celebrity?
Whom you don't like. I think you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah. The celebrity that I don't like is normally people have so much obsession with the film actors, right? So they'll go crazy about actors and actress. Even whatever they do, they'll just follow blindly. So I have one friend who is a ardent fan of Rajini. Okay, so I don't have any hatred towards Rajini, but the sort of
but now what I want to do is I want you to talk to us about a few good things about Rajini. Very simple.
Yeah, good things about Rajini, like it's not about very few. We have so many good things to talk about Rajini. He's a wonderful actor. So whenever you say superstar, even the actual stars that existing in our universe doesn't come to our mind. Only the superstar Rajinikanth, he comes to our mind. And apart from acting, there are so many activities that he is doing. The social service, and there are many things that we don't know about him. And apart from that, he is very kind towards his followers. And so these are the good things I like about Rajini Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
So good to be back to Toastmasters again. Actually, I thought to escape from this table topic session. So after this prepared speech session, I just left the meeting and came back, and still the session was going. Okay, let's give it a try again after so many years. So I gave my try. Thanks all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Renuka. So I think it is time for us to move on. Thank you, dear guests and Toastmasters, for a wonderful table topic session. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhilash. It was indeed a great session. I hope everyone has enjoyed the session. Now we are coming to the final part of the meeting, which is the evaluation session. Before that, I would like to know the qualified TT speakers. Timer, could you please read out the names of the qualified TT speakers?
Hello everyone. The qualified TT speakers are Toastmaster Kritika Raju. She took 1 minute 11 seconds. Toastmaster Jimmy. He took 1 minute 26 seconds.
Toastmaster Kritika, you need not read out the times, just the names will do.
Okay, sure. So the TT speakers who have qualified are Toastmaster Kritika Raju, Toastmaster Jimmy, Toastmaster Vardarajan, Toastmaster Ranju, Toastmaster Kalwat, and guest Renuka. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
And also for the prepared speakers, please. Only the names.
The prepared speakers who have qualified are DTM Neena John, DTM Ram Nelluru, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vratika. Now, in order to conduct the evaluation session, I'd like to call upon a general evaluator, Toastmaster Tyagarajan. Toastmaster Tyagarajan.
Unmute.
Toastmaster Tyagarajan, you're speaking on mute. Could you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, I have unmuted. I am not.
Now you went to mute, sir.
Host can unmute him.
So host can only request to unmute. That is the problem. Toastmaster Tyagarajan, your audio is not audible. So I think there is some connectivity issue with Toastmaster Tyagarajan's audio. So yeah, so we'll proceed with the evaluations. So the evaluation session is going to be divided into 3 parts. The first one will be the evaluation of the prepared speeches. The second one will be the tag team report, and the third report will be the one given by the general evaluator. So moving on to the first session, let us have the prepared speech evaluations. The first speech was given today by distinguished Toastmaster Neena John, evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria. Distinguished Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria is a veteran Toastmaster and one of the founding members of Chennai Toastmasters. Over to you, sir, for evaluating distinguished Toastmaster Neena's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator in charge, I must say. And okay, evaluation is an objective appraisal, and purpose of evaluation is to make this prodigious speak a better one. So I must say this was a very prodigious speech by a very seasoned speaker. I like the opening of the speech, and especially when she said, the best is yet to come. And she has become a grandmother, not biologically, but in Toastmasters. Because so many clubs have born out of Chennai Toastmasters Club, and she's one of the charter members. And she's the most important leader of District 120. In her speech, she has proved that yet the Toastmastering helped her a lot. That is very, very important, and that is what I noted. And as the time passed, she has grown and made a lot of interesting episodes in her life because of Toastmastering and leadership skills. Born to a very well-educated scientist, she didn't follow them blindly. That's a point I really liked it. She opted for her own career, coaching and leadership. She has narrated her life and contribution in a chronological manner, so it was easy for us to follow it. She was born with a silver spoon, yet was not complacent to the comforts and luxury she had enjoyed. It was my challenge to make this speech a prodigious version 2. So she could have easily added some humor to this and some incidents and some of her challenges and hardship in becoming a leader could have been, I expected. Third, some of the incidents with fun and frolic and turns and twists, all this could have been better. What I like the best is her closing. Yesterday was history and today is a gift. That is very true. To summarize, I must say she narrated her life and contribution in a chronological order and her leadership skills. And she could have added some incidents and humor, could have made this a better speech. I must mention that she had a lemon and she made lemonade with it. Now what she is doing, she is making, teaching, coaching everyone to make lemonade, which a lemon, she gives it to them. Over to the General Evaluator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Abraham. Moving on, let us have the evaluation of the second speech. To evaluate distinguished Toastmaster Ram's speech, we have Toastmaster Nanda. To tell you all something about Toastmaster Nanda, he is also a very senior Toastmaster and he is also a district humorous contestant from our club. Over to you, Toastmaster Nanda, to evaluate distinguished Toastmaster Ram's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Important but ignored. We all toil for 8 to 12 hours daily to earn our money, but most of us don't know how to invest and we sometimes spitter it all away. Thank you, DTM Ram, for bringing up this relevant topic. I'm sure we get the importance of your message, so we will not ignore it, but take it to heart and make sure we try to implement it. I'm dividing my evaluation into 2 parts. One is about the content and the other is about the delivery. Coming to the content, so you had a well-researched topic, you collected a lot of facts, you also did a small demonstration of how money gets compounded over years if invested properly. So it was nicely done and the audience, I could see that we could take it very well. On the second aspect of content, you said that where to invest is how to invest. It depends on individual needs and planning. But to have a clear message to the audience worked in your case. So that would have helped the audience to see that, okay, this guy has really did some good investment and then he's coming and speaking on that. So there was a bit of a disconnect on that. Now coming to the delivery part, your voice was clear and flat throughout the speech. But this being a very important topic, maybe you could have tried a bit of dramatization. Since you already had a lot of facts, maybe you could have shocked the audience with some startling facts, woken up them for the slumber, and maybe get the gist of the audience. Maybe you could have tried that out. Overall, to summarize, it was a great, timely speech, but with clear message to the audience and a bit of dramatization. I'm sure your future speeches would be awesome. Thank you. Over to you, Evaluator, T.M. Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda, for that succinct evaluation. Moving on to the third speech evaluation, the speech was presented by Toastmaster Srikanth. And to evaluate Toastmaster Srikanth, we have Toastmaster Guruvayurappan. Toastmaster Guruvayurappan is the current president of our club. Apart from that, he is working as an assistant manager in Sundaram and Clayton. And he is a Toastmaster for the past 6 years. Over to you, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan.
Thank you, Abhilash. Now, first of all, give a big round of applause for Srikanth for completing his level 2 project. His project objectives, as far as his feedback given on his previous speech, are reduce pace of delivery, vocal variety, and add personal stories. I think he has done a great job in reducing the pace of delivery. Normally, he used to deliver his speed at rate of speed. Sometimes you will not be in a position to listen to his words. But today his pace was very clear, very slow, and where I can see a lot of changes in the improvement from reduced pace of delivery. But now coming to the second point, vocal variety. Uh, while transitioning from one point to another point, I can see some changes, but still some areas to improve in vocal variety, because a couple of times I found same kind of voice repeating, same kind of voice modulation repeating. So if you work on that, then your speech would have been much better with regard to vocal variety. Now coming to add personal stories, your personal stories, you had one story involving your mother. If you add one more story about one more story involving you or some other thing in your speech, it would have become more dramatic and more real. Overall, it was a good speech to listen to you. Looking forward for your more speeches from you. Thank you. Over to you, Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan. The final speech evaluation, for the final speech evaluation, the speech was presented by Toastmaster Venu, and to evaluate him, we have Toastmaster Satya Jairaman, who is a very experienced Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Satya.
Sir, Mr. I am not the general evaluator because, yes, why I have been marginalized?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. We lost you in the middle, so we had to take over, sir. So you're here. You can take over. Thank you, sir.
Oh, I do. Go ahead. Go. Oh, there was some problem. Okay, go ahead. Yes. But without the intimation, I was baffled actually. Why? Yes. I was okay.
Toastmaster Satya.
Why I was marginalized was baffling for me. Yes.
Toastmaster Abhilash, I think Toastmaster Satya is not here.
All right. Tyagarajan, sir, you can take over, sir, if you're back.
No, you go ahead, sir. No, you go ahead. I wanted to be intimated because I was the original.
Abhilash, sorry for the interruption.
You do very well. You will do very well.
Abhilash?
Yes,
sir.
Toastmaster Venu.
Yes, Satya is coming back. He has some issues with the laptop. He is connecting again. So he asked us to wait for only.
No issue, sir. We'll have the tag report and then we can have the final.
Yeah, please.
Yes, thank you. So let us quickly move on to the tag reports. First up, we have timer Toastmaster Ratika. She's a newly joined Toastmaster in Chennai Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster Ratika, to present the timings of the speeches.
Hello everyone, am I audible? Oh.
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead, Toastmaster Ratika.
Okay. Let me just share my screen. Please let me know when my screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible. Yes, it is visible. Please go ahead.
Okay. Let us start with prepared speakers. The speakers who have qualified are Toastmaster Neena John ma'am, 5 minutes 54 seconds. Toastmaster Ram Nelluru sir, 7 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Srikanth Kutti Krishnan, 7 minutes 20 seconds. Coming to the table topics, Toastmaster Abhilash, who was the table topics master, he took 1 minute 21 seconds. Speaker 1 took Toastmaster Kritika Raju took 1 minute 11 seconds. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Akhilesh, took 30 seconds. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Jimmy, took 1 minute 26 seconds. Speaker 4, Toastmaster Vardarajan, took 2 minutes 24 seconds. Speaker 5, Toastmaster Ranju, took 2 minutes 7 seconds. Speaker 6, Toastmaster Kalvat, took 1 minute 31 seconds. And Speaker 7, guest Renuka, took 1 minute 12 seconds. Coming to the panel discussion, Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria, took 2 minutes 58 seconds. Evaluator 2, Toastmaster Nanda, took 2 minutes 35 seconds. Evaluator 3, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Guruvayurappan Sir, took 1 minute 36 seconds. And evaluation for the fourth speaker is yet to be done. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Ratika, for giving us the timings in a concise manner. Moving on, we'll now have the R-Counter report of the day. The R-Counter for the day is Toastmaster Rekha. So Toastmaster Rekha is the current secretary and a past president of CTM, apart from which she has her own entrepreneurial venture called Kalpadaru Consulting. Over to you, Toastmaster Rekha, to present the R-Counters report.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, Toastmaster Rekha, your screen is visible. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. So actually speaking, like the first half of the meeting, I did not have the job. Though I appreciate the situation. I was wondering, like, will I be jobless the whole meeting? But a few people gave me job at the second half of the meeting. To start with, like, I would like to applaud, or I would like everyone to applaud for the people, for the names I call from now. Toastmaster Aishwarya, Toastmaster Tyagarajan, Toastmaster Geeta, Toastmaster Jimmy, Toastmaster Vratika, Toastmaster DTM Abraham Zakaria, DTM Nina John, Toastmaster Nanda, DTM Ram, Toastmaster Shrikant, Toastmaster Satya Jayaraman, and Toastmaster Venu. Everyone did a fabulous job with no fillers. Can you all unmute yourself and give a big hand to them? Can you please? Thank you very much. So the other people, the filler words which has been used is, as president and evaluator, Guruvayurappan used only one filler word. And Toastmaster Abhilash, as a TT master, he used like 5+ filler words. Again, to comment, like Abhilash did a fabulous job. There were fillers which had to be filled when he was trying to search for a TT speaker. So still, that was a lovely job. As table topic speakers, Toastmaster Kritika used one filler word. Guest Akhilesh, there was silence. And then Toastmaster Jimmy used 3 filler words like I, so, Toastmaster Vardarajan used 5+ filler words, which includes and. Toastmaster Ranju used 5+ filler words, which is so, and I. Toastmaster Kalvat, again 5+, which includes and few words. And guest Renuka used 3 filler words, which includes and so. And as I had only half of the work, so I did little homework. So how to improve our performance in speech by reducing the filler words? So one, we can reduce the rate of speech. I read in an article where the rate of speech is 150 words per minute, but the rate at which we think is 400 words per minute. So this gap is where we are trying to fill with the filler words. And another thing is, like, silence is golden, but we generally, what happens when there is, like, we are running short of words, we try to fill the gap, the silence, with fillers. Instead of that, it is okay to pause and then continue, but we normally fear the silence, but we have to remember silence is better than fillers. And fillers, like 1 or 2 fillers, actually increases it is okay to have few filler words. So it is okay. And another thing is, like, when we are conscious during our speech and when we observe our own speech, that helps us over a period of time to improve our own filler words. And I now observe my own speech. The first half, I used a lot of filler words. When I started this how to improve, and I became more conscious, and I don't know whether you would have noticed, I did not use any filler words in the second, when I started this conversation. And with this, my report as a counter is done. Now I hand over back to Toastmaster Abhilash. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha, for this wonderfully presented R-Counter report. We'll move on to the grammarians report. So Toastmaster Geeta was the grammarian for the day. To tell you all a bit about Toastmaster Geeta, one thing is she has completed her level 1 pathways recently. And apart from that, she also has a huge passion for baking. So without much ado, let us go over to Toastmaster Geeta for the grammarians report. Over to you, Toastmaster Geeta.
Good afternoon, everybody. It was an awesome meeting today. I did not have much to do. We had such amazing speakers lined up today, and we had beautiful usages, which I would like to share with you all. Just allow me a few seconds so that I can share my screen with you all. Yes, coming to the good usages. Yeah, the first good usage was every cloud has a silver lining. We also had another good usage, come with me friends, the best is yet to come. Nascent institution, big bad world. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. Financial management can make you or break you. Calm in the storm. Epitome of happiness. Hyperventilated, fade away with nothingness. And we also had another good usage, that is born with a silver spoon. Coming to the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Vratika and DTM Abraham Zachariah. He used it twice while giving his evaluation. So can we all have a big round of applause for our two speakers for using the word of the day. Moving on to the incorrect usages, we had a speaker telling us every time my brother's birthday, my brother used to come. Sorry, I'm not able to read it because my brother used to come. So here the speaker is talking about the routine activity. So when it comes to routine activities, we need not use past tense. We can use routine activities come under present tense. We also had another incorrect usage. I don't have any hatred about. So we can also put this in a very different way. I don't have hatred against, or we could have better phrased it in a better way. So with this, I come to an end of my grammarian report, and I hand over my control to Toastmaster Abhilash. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta, for that wonderful report. So now, before proceeding, Toastmaster Satya has rejoined, and we will have the fourth prepared speech evaluation. That is the evaluation of Toastmaster Venu's speech by Toastmaster Satya. Over to you, Toastmaster Satya.
Thank you, Abhilash, and I'm extremely sorry for what have happened. Let me go with my evaluation for now. Thank you very much for that. A weird topic, a weird speech, isn't it? Hold on. Weird in my language means limited edition. You will not see these kind of speeches quite often. That's what I meant, my dear general evaluator, Toastmasters, and esteemed guest. Now, Toastmaster Venu, let me tell you what are the things that I loved about your research subject today. Number one, research is all about creating a new knowledge. Kudos to you for picking up such a sensitive subject, researching on it, and presenting a prodigious speech. Great job on it. Number two, good speeches will have only one type of evidence, but even better speeches will achieve evidence balance. So I really want to congratulate you for collating the information from several resources. For example, University of America, how they hinted on 7,000 plus languages overall in the world. Number two, University of Kuwait hinting about once in 3 months a language dies. And UNESCO hinting on 250 languages in India. So this shows a good amount of intense research you have done for this particular sensitive subject. Good one. And number three, any research topic will also have to address the why part. Why the languages are dying? And you rightly said that we are feeling proud when someone speaks any other language. For example, English, which is a common language, we feel so proud of it. But when they speak in mother tongue, we don't have that such a privilege in us. It itched me actually, really. It pricked my mind, and there was a thought-provoking thing. And also some people, how they force feed their languages on us. But you know what the beautiful part of your speech? Having said all those things, you did not tell that don't learn any other languages. Go only with your mother tongue. No, you said that for your self-development, go and learn other languages, whatever languages. You don't have any boundaries for it, but not at the cost of your mother tongue. Don't forget your mother tongue. I like that stress part you had in your research subject, my dear friend. That's where you stood out. That's where you stood out, I'm telling you. When life gives you lemons, make a lemonade out of it. That's where you stood out, my dear friend. Okay. To me, research is never a complete subject. That's why it's called research. So with my 2 valuable suggestions, you can go and research your speech. Number 1, when you're talking about or hinting about any specific language names or the source name in your research, take it slowly, precisely, and concisely. Certain things I could not hear it. For example, you shared a PPT where you claim that only 8 people are having knowledge on the languages, but I could not get the language name. My bad part, maybe I'm the only person, but you can take it slowly and hint it. For example, the topic itself is EAC, right? It is clearly written on the agenda. But still, if you're pronouncing it during your speech, right, take it slowly, say EYAK, E-Y-A-K, so that we can remember that even better. And number 2, the closing statement where you can play it emotionally for your research subject. You can come closer to the screen. I know it's a virtual world. Come closer to the screen and have an eye contact and say, if we don't speak our mother tongue, who else can do? Take it slowly. That's where I start feeling. That's why your research becomes immensely invaluable, isn't it? But my dear friend, those are 2 little suggestions for you to go and research. Nevertheless, you had this very, very good, creative, new, knowledgeable subject, a sensitive subject handled so beautifully. And you had varying resources where you have taken all the sources and addressed the why part of it. And if you can just consider the pronunciation and the closing subject in an emotional way, it will be a great speech. If I don't end my evaluation in my own mother tongue, who else can? Nandri, Vanakkam, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satya, for that wonderful evaluation. So it is now time for me to give you the General Evaluator's report for the day. So today, overall, the meeting was of good quality. We started bang on time at 4 p.m. Our speaker lineup was a very formidable one, and the evaluators were equally senior Toastmasters. So it was an excellent prepared speech and evaluation session. So moving on, the Toastmaster of the day did an excellent job with an excellent team. If life gave you lemons, kudos to that. The quote master, the idiom master, excellent idioms, and the quote was also excellent. Table topic speakers were good, and I would like to say a few things. The first one is Toastmaster Ratika was the quote master for the day. Thank you for taking up the timer role as well in addition to your quote master role. Because the timer had to leave you to connectivity issues. We appreciate you for that. Thank you, Toastmaster Ratika. And then just a few things that we could follow to make the meeting better. One thing is, let us all be muted when we are not speaking, so that will reduce the background issues. And the next one is, we had a number of connectivity issues today, which are beyond our control. But yes, let us work to address them. So I think from my side, that is it for now. I will request the host to launch the polling for prepared speeches and TT speakers, please. I request you all to kindly vote for the best prepared speaker. So yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to say a very important point. So in a Toastmaster meeting, when we address each other, it is either guest or fellow Toastmaster and distinguished Toastmaster. Request everyone to avoid the usage of sir or ma'am. It is just Toastmaster so-and-so. Thank you, our parliamentarian DTM Abraham Zakaria, for pointing that out. Request you to vote for the best TT speaker, please. Can we have the poll for the evaluators? So thank you all. With this, I would like to hand over control back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Over to you, Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhilash. Host, can you please launch the polls for the best role player, tag role player, and jig player? I believe that part is not yet done.
So there's a correction. Idiom master is Toastmaster Jimmy. Please take that.
All right, until when these polls are getting completed, let me quickly conclude my the theme for the day. So we are all in the pandemic, like in the situation of pandemic, where life has already given us lemons. So how to approach is like with an optimistic note, keeping in mind that everything will go in a smooth way with a positive aspect, and keeping in mind that every cloud has a silver lining, and this too shall pass by, and we will fight all the odds and the obstacles that we face in life. So now I believe the polling is over, and I hand over the control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Guruvayur. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Modi, Aishwarya, for conducting the meeting so brilliantly. So in CTM, it is our customary to honor icebreaker as well as those who are completing their projects by giving them a standing ovation and applause. So our DTM Meena ma'am has started her icebreaker speech, has given her icebreaker speech. So please give a big round of applause. Please unmute yourself. Please give a big round of applause for completing her icebreaker speech. Similarly, our DTM Ram Mohan Nelluru and Venu also completed the project level 3. So a big round of applause and standing ovation for them also. So now our request to guest to feedback. Rekha, guest Reduka.
Hi, hello Toastmasters. So I am a guest now. So, but I was a active Toastmaster once upon a time, long before, and now I have some time and that I could spend in Toastmasters again. So I'm really happy that I'm so glad to be part of this Toastmasters. So I could see the same M2 in CTM here. So thanks everyone. I really had a good time today. So I could start my week tomorrow in a happy note.
Thank you, Reduka. Guest Aditya, President of World Bank Chennai Talkstars, are you there? Guest Aditya or Toastmaster Aditya? Toastmaster Rachna? So any other guest? So now it is time for me to declare the results. Best Quote a jig player award goes to Toastmaster Vratika Jain. Please unmute yourself and give big round of applause for the winners. Best tag team player goes to Toastmaster Geeta Namarian. Best role player award goes to Toastmaster Abhilash. Best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Satya Jayaraman. Best TT speaker award goes to Toastmaster Kritika and Jimmy. Best prepared speaker goes to icebreaker speech giver Toastmaster DTM Neena John. This today's meeting comes to an end. I adjourn the meeting for the next week. So now let's gather for an informal meeting.